What's up, everyone? This is Brett from Rants or Us. With me is my special guest, Jessica. Say hi, Jessica.
Hi, Jessica.
All right, so me and my wife have been waiting, 29 years for Hocus Pocus 2 to come out. And I'll admit, I was a little bit skeptical when it came out. I was thinking, it's like it's Disney. It's just Disney. Disney will always find some way to ruin it in some form or fashion. They did it with all the live action films, and I just automatically assumed it was going to be bad. So my wife kept up the hope long enough for us to watch this movie. And I'll be honest,
as always,
you were right. You were right. I will admit.
You never hear those words come out of a man's mouth ever.
But I actually really enjoyed this film.
I did too. I did too. And not just us. I think our whole generation was waiting for this moment for 29 years. Not just us, but the ones that actually watched it back when 1993 happened. And 29 years ago. I can't even believe it's 29 years, but...
And it's so strange we can't get our children into it, but...
I know.
But we enjoy it so much ourselves. But I will say, my biggest worry, not just was Disney's going to screw it up, but, the cast. This is 29 years later. And,
they look...
For the most part, they did look alike, because... Let's face it, Sarah Jessica Parker does not look like Sarah Jessica Parker of 29 years ago.
She kind of does.
No, she kind of doesn't. She looks different, but after years of plastic surgery, but she did look kind of like the original in this one. And I will say that. And so I'm pleasantly happy with the way the cast looked.
I am too. And the one thing I loved about it is that it coincide with the 1993 film. Like they even did a little backstory of how she became a witch, which I thought was cool because they should have done that in the first one, but I thought it was cool.
I kind of thought, what a strange thing to do. When the movie first started up, I was like, why do a backstory when we technically already saw a backstory of them? So I was like, why are they doing a backstory? But it made sense at the very end. The backstory made sense. Mm-hmm. So that actually would have been one of my biggest complaints if it would have gone nowhere.
Yeah, I know.
But it actually worked out pretty good.
But see, I love the fact how it went to the 1993 movie. They came back. They got the whole town involved trying to find this one thing. And then they die. Mm-hmm. And the ending... Oh, my Lord. The ending was awfully sad.
It actually kind of was. I wasn't expecting that.
I was crying. I was crying. And I'm like, why?
I still
because we grew up with these Sanders sisters, Sanderson says, whatever. But we grew up with these guys, and then all of a sudden, there's no more.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way it kind of felt.
It felt like my childhood was just dying with them. I was like, oh my Lord.
And you know what? We watched all the way through, and if you watch all the way through, guys, you will see an interesting credit scene.
All the end credits. That cat. I seriously thought that cat was Binks.
Spoiler alert, the cat is not Binks.
No.
Which I'll admit, even though I knew it wasn't possible, I still was hoping because they kept putting the cat in there. I was like, cat's got to be Binks. But it wasn't. No. I was a little bit disappointed in that.
Yes.
But I felt like this. I felt like the first part of it was good. The second part of it was good. I did have a slight problem with the third act. I felt like the third act maybe kind of did linger a little bit too much. But I know you didn't really have a problem with it that much.
I had no problem with that, all of it. I was happy throughout the whole thing. I love the fact that they even brought, what's the guy's name? Her boyfriend.
Oh yeah, the dead guy, the zombie. I was pleasantly surprised to see him as well.
Love him. He's acted the same way he did back in '93.
You know, they had some comical scenes in it that I felt like worked. And you know, I guess I'm so used to these last few years of being cynical of Disney and especially Disney's comedy. But I feel like Disney's comedy actually really worked on this. Like this movie all the way through, every time that there's supposed to be a joke, I did laugh.
Yep.
I did enjoy it. So overall, I mean, man, you know what? I really don't have a problem with any part of this film, except for maybe two things. One, maybe I wish that they would have used some of the original cast besides the Sanderson sisters. Mm-hmm. I wish they would have maybe have came back. They did make some references, like the two people that was watching on the couch, the original movie. They did have that. But I was actually hoping that they would actually, you know, show some of the original people. But they didn't, so that's a slight disappointment. They did leave the door open for a third movie.
Possible third.
And you know what, to be honest with you? I'm actually cool with that if I see a third movie.
But see, I think they're going to use the three girls instead.
If they do that, I think that would ruin the series, and I don't see how they do it. There is this scene where, at the very end credit, where they bring the black candle back. And
yeah, if you watch the end credits, like go physically rewind to the end credits, you'll see that black cat get into mischief and show us a BF number 2.
BC.
No, BF.
Oh yeah.
Flame.
Oh yeah, black flame. BFC.
Number 2 candle.
Yeah. So there is a black flame candle number 2.
So
we might get to see a possible number 3 movie. And you know what? To be honest with you,
I'm hoping that they come back.
If they don't come back, would you be satisfied with the ending that you got?
I would be satisfied, yes.
See, that's where I'm kind of at right now.
My childhood died with them.
Well, no, but this is the way I look at it. My childhood didn't die with these films because I feel like I can go back still on Halloween like we always do, which is kind of like our little ritual that we do on Halloween, where we watch Hocus Pocus every time. And I feel like I can go back and enjoy that first movie and then watch the second movie now and be perfectly content with it and feel like I got an ending that actually worked.
Yes.
Where instead of like what I am with a lot of other Disney things, where that I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh, if I go all the way through, it's going to ruin, the one that I did like.
I understand. I understand what you're saying, but still, it's...
So overall, like from 1 to 10, what would you rate this?
10.
You'd rate it a 10? Yeah. I wouldn't rate it a 10. I would rate it about an 8 out of 10. Like I said, simply because I would like to have seen some of the original cast besides the Sanderson sisters back. And I did feel like the third act did kind of linger a little bit too much. But besides that, I really don't have a problem with
that's
any
a guy
of it.
thing. Because I seriously... I'm not the one that's like, if a movie's too slow for me, I lose focus. I'm done. This movie was not like that. This movie had action. Almost every scene had something going.
It doesn't feel as compact as what the first one did. The first one felt like boom, boom, boom. Yeah, like it felt like really compact. This one kind of felt like it was hitting all the different stages,
but also
the third stage just to me felt a little long.
Still followed the same pattern, which I kind of like. If you're gonna make a movie, do what they did. You know, take the first movie and go have that as an outline, and do the same thing in the second movie. I loved how they did they came back, they got the town in the dance frenzy again, and then they tried to get the bad person and they got killed at the end. It's a 1, 2, 3, 4 process. I like that.
But at the end, I felt like the magic, and I'm not talking about the witches' magic. I'm talking about the magic between the sisters and the actresses who played the sisters. was still there 29 years later, still there.
Oh, I know.
And it felt like we're just going into it like we were going into it after the first.
I think that's why I think that's why I cried, because when Winifred, when she's standing there by herself,
I know,
and she doesn't have her sisters,
it felt
and
it was sad.
she's like I can't do nothing without them. They're me.
Yeah, they're
part of me. I cried. I literally cried there because I was like, "That's so sad."
Like I said, like I would give it, an 8 out of 10 easily, simply because I just felt like it had a very satisfying ending, and the magic still felt like the original one did.
And like you said,
and it's amazing that
if they decide to do a third and they do decide to use these other girls,
I'm not going to be in favor of that.
I'm not going to be in favor of it either. But you know what? I'm satisfied to the point where Hocus Pocus and Hocus Pocus 2 were the best movies.
Best Halloween movies that
has been.
Yeah.
Now, if they make a Hocus Pocus 3, I'm probably watching. I'm not going to probably like it.
I don't want like some direct-to-TV thing. Of course, they did do a direct-to-TV thing with it. But this was a direct-to-TV thing that actually worked.
If those 3 women are not in Hocus Pocus 3, they ain't going to be no Hocus Pocus 3.
No, there's not.
Because these 3 women
make
Hocus Pocus.
So overall, I would say Disney, hey, I'll give you your credit. You did great.
But why did you have to wait 29 years?
Yeah, I know. Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker, Kathy Najimy. You're perfect in those roles, and you deserve all the credit in the world. Mm-hmm. And this movie, I'd recommend it to anybody and everybody.
You want to know something? They're going to go down in history with this movie.
Yeah. And I'll tell you this. I look forward from now on adding this to our Halloween list of movies.
And I'm going to cry at the end.
Every time. And I will too. But overall, guys, let us know what y'all think in the comments down below. Please. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Let us know. And as always, thanks for watching.
Bye.
And y'all take care. Bye.